Before we start on this Papa Sam radio show, we're going to give a moment of silence for those who are in Texas and who are suffering from this hurricane. And I think it'd be fitting that we give them a moment of silence.
I think we better give them a moment of prayer too.
Yeah.
Lord, we just ask you to bless them people out in Texas, for they are suffering. And you can make the difference, Lord. Through you, all things are possible. Touch those people, Lord, and help them. We leave it in your hands, for we know you're the great Almighty. All through you, all things are possible. And Lord, we just ask you to touch them and help them. We know not the reasons these things happen, but we know you are in control. And we ask you to turn it around, Lord, for they are suffering mightily. In Christ's name I pray. What do you think?
Well, that was our moment of silence, a moment of prayer for those in Texas, and let's get on to the radio show.
Uh-huh.
Hello everyone, this is the Papa Sam radio show coming from you live in the house on Grandpa's couch. And today everyone, we talk about Donald Trump and how he did in Arizona on Wednesday night. And Papa, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump's speech on Wednesday night?
Well, Donald Trump is different. We all know that by now. If we don't, we ain't got we're bound to have a beam for a brain. But the things I admire about him, he tells it like it is. He don't try to stomp down religion. He tries to help it, promote it. He gives you the right to believe in what you believe in. He don't criticize you, and he don't want other people to criticize you. So, you know, we take that as a grain of salt, and that's the way it is. He is a different person. He acts different. If you don't do your job, he calls you out. And if you don't think you're worthy of the job you got, he's gonna talk about you and let you know, let the public, people in the world know. And I hope that all of these elected officials realize they work for us, the people. If we vote them out and get somebody else, maybe we can get what we want done. You got people like John McCain, Lindsey Graham, Mike Lee. The list goes on and on and on, which they're Republicans now, but they don't back their Republican president. He won the election. The people voted for him because they wanted his agenda. And lo and behold, he wants to get people are suffering with Obamacare. They don't want to do nothing about it. They campaigned for 8 years saying, elect us, we want to get rid of Obamacare. Give them everything they asked for, got them all in the right place at the right time, and what they do, crawfish like a big crawfish, run backwards on a rock. They all need to be, when they run, vote them out, get somebody else in there that does want to do the right thing. I just can't imagine how much they lied to the American people. They lied and they lied. You know, we got people in prison ain't as crooked as they are. They can do anything they want to do, and they go and get by with it. It goes on and on and on. They wire it out. People forget about it and stop talking about it. They do anything they want to understand. When somebody else, you take the sheriff, the government was so crooked, they got him in that position and done everything they could. He asked for a jury trial, which he's entitled to have. They wouldn't allow it. They broke the law, but yet they want to put him in jail. And then when somebody gives him a pardon and knows how the government treated him, know the government done wrong, he gives them a pardon, they want to come back and talk about him like he's a dog. President Trump, talked about like a dog. President Bush pardoned people. President Kennedy pardoned people. Whole lot crooked than what this guy done. He didn't do nothing but do the law. That's all he done. He done the law. What the law required, he done it. They tried to get him not to, but he still done it. He done what he was supposed to do. And they want to put him in prison. For, you know, you got Nancy Pelosi ain't no sorry person in Washington, she is. That other one, Chuck Schumer. 2 peas in a pod. Then they got them other maggots up there that do everything they can to hurt our country. Don't want to move us forward just because it's a Republican president. I didn't see the Republicans doing that way for Obama. He got his agenda and went on through. Harry Reid, a crooked son of a gun, done everything he could. And he knew he won't get reelected again, so he didn't run no more. So I don't know what the deal is. We'll see.
Alright, your next question for the day is, Papa, about Donald Trump's speech. Donald Trump said that during his speech that we were 1 vote away trying to get rid of Obamacare. He brought into the discussion John McCain, but did not mention his name and mentioned Arizona's other senator.
John McCain's got a brain cancer.
We're praying for you.
And I wish him no harm. I hope he don't run no more. We don't need nobody like John McCain. He's been up there all them years. They call him the Maverick. I don't care what you for, he's against. He's mad because he never got to be president. Nobody wanted him then. Nobody wants him now. One for Sarah Palin, when I got voted, he wouldn't have won last time he ran. So I got one thing for him. If I could vote for him, I wouldn't vote for him. I'd vote for anybody besides him. But he has hurt this country more than he's ever helped it. That's John McCain. That's the way I feel about John McCain.
Well, we'll give him this. He did serve.
I ain't got nothing. He served his honor. He served his country faithfully. But he went up there and got in the Senate. What did he do? Everything he's touched is for what he wanted, not what the people wanted. He's supposed to serve the people, not his agenda, but the people's agenda. If you got 69% wanting something and he don't like it, he's gonna do what he wants to do. He don't go and do what the people want. He does what he wants to do.
That's just all right. About John McCain, Papa. I remember when he ran in 2008. I was just a little kid back then, but now John McCain is one of the most crooked people up there. He's been up there for 36 years, Papa. What are your thoughts on that?
Nobody shouldn't. That's how they get so crooked and get so much money. People give them money to vote the way they want them to vote. I mean, I don't know what I'd do. Somebody offered me $25,000-$30,000 to shove my vote one way. I don't know what I'd do. But I do know this. I know they shouldn't be allowed to go over 4 years and have to get somebody else in his place.
Yeah, he's been here for 36 years.
Because when they're in there 18, 20 years, they're crooked as they can be.
Yep. Your next question for the day is, Papa, what are your thoughts on Hillary Clinton's new book she came out with about the 2016 election? She talked about Donald Trump being a creep, watching literally behind her back, breathing down her neck. And Papa, what are your thoughts on that?
That's the kettle calling the pot black. She's like one of the crookedest, conniving, cheating witches ever been on TV.
I agree.
And that's the way I feel about Miss Clinton. She would, she just, and then you take, what's her daughter's name, old Chelsea?
Chelsea.
Watch Chelsea. An apple don't fall far from the tree. If you got a crab apple tree, when the apples hit the ground, there's still crab apples.
Yeah. Your next question.
Look at her and Bill both. They take her and Bill. What do you think Chelsea's gonna be like?
What, there's your
And then raising a nest of another ones.
Well, Papa, your next question for the day is, what are your... Colin Kaepernick has not had a job in the NFL since being released from the 49ers, and people like the likes of Seattle Seahawks' defensive end Michael Bennett has sat down for the anthem. So has Raiders running back Marshawn Lynch sat down for the anthem. And many African Americans and whites are doing this now. And what are your thoughts on
Kick
this?
them out. Kick them out and see what they do. If you can't do, if I pay you my money to play for my team and you can't stand for the anthem and you can't play football, then go home. I don't need you. I get somebody else that wants to do that. Job, you know, what good are it if they don't do what you want to do?
I know.
That's the easiest fix in the world, and people put up with that crap.
Yeah,
If you don't stand for the anthem and you don't play football good, get rid of them. They're up there making $30 million and won't stand for the anthem in the land of the free and the brave. Other people fight for your rights. I'd fire every one of them.
Well, and your next topic for the day is in September, Papa Sam is having a documentary, as we've been talking about, and we're going to give it a little peek at it. You saw a little bit on the last radio show on where he gave his life testimony, and Papa, you may continue on your life's testimony. You stopped on where you were when you were 12 years old.
You know, when I was 12 years old, I could do a grown man's work every day. I worked every day. Then, I don't know, somewhere along there in the 7th grade, I quit school in the 7th grade. When I was that age, whatever job Daddy had for me to do, I could do. Why it was cure tobacco, whatever came up on that farm, help Mama can, help Mama I get up every morning, help Mama with the wash water and stuff, whatever she needed. And then after I got everything done, I could go off and do what I wanted to the rest of the day because I quit school. That was a big mistake in my life, but I dealt with it. And that's all we did. That was the kind of thing we did. Summertime, we farmed. One time we made whiskey. And that's what we did for a living. My daddy was a bootlegger. My daddy was a good man. He treated us good. He done everything he could to make a dollar to keep his family afloat while he was making whiskey, farming, or whatever we had to do. We primed our own barker and barned it. We didn't ask nobody no help. We picked our own cotton, pulled our own corn. Didn't go nowhere and beg nobody for no money. We didn't go to no welfare place. We kill a hog for everybody in the family. Kill a cow every now and then. We provided our own stuff. We didn't need nobody else to do it for us. And that's what we did for a living. And summertime we got short days. We fish, have a good time. Go to swimming hole, go fishing, hunting. Swimming. Whatever the season was, that's what we did. Eat a lot of fish, cook fish most any time. On Sundays, a whole bunch of us boys would get together and sing, catch fish, kill snakes, whatever come past. We didn't let nothing slide. But we survived. It was survival because you didn't go nowhere and just do what you wanted to. You had to take what come your way and deal with it. Whatever we need fixing, we fix it. We take other people's junk and make it work. Something they throw it away, we figure out a way to make it work. If we didn't have no parts, we'd sit down and grind in a file and whatever and make a part. And we didn't give up. We challenged it right to this day. We still feel like You know, I take other people's junk and other people's junk and they throw it away and still using it. And that's about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about growing up in North Carolina, the things you learn that stick with you all your life, and how to treat people. And you know, later on in your life, you learn a lot. And one day, as you've lived and done like you wanted to, and all of a sudden, you see a bud of light to live for the Lord. And you know, things change, and you change, and you have to take those changes and go along with them. You try to help your neighbor, help somebody you don't even know. Whatever the situation is, you just got to help people. Sometimes you don't know, and whatever you do for people, God is going to send it back to you 10 times over. So that's the way we're going to talk about stuff like that. Just growing up in North Carolina.
All right, your next question for the day is, Papa, we got you a hot sauce called colon cleaner.
Yeah.
And Papa, how is that hot sauce?
That's the best hot sauce I've ever had.
Now let me.
Alright, the other night I took and got some out and put it in a little sauce and Sandra, and Sandra cooked chicken breasts, and I sliced them chicken breasts up in a little finger thing. I dip it in that hot sauce and eat it. But I did cut it a little bit with some ketchup, because you don't want it all by itself.
Let me just say something for a minute on the radio show. Now, Papa had colon cleaner, right?
Arthur, don't go there.
I'm just gonna say what I had for it. I had something I tried at the place when we got you that colon cleaner. You see, I had the world's hottest jerky in the world, the Carolina Reaper jerky. If you want to eat at your own risk. That's all I can say. It was so hot, honey.
Carolina, what kind of jerky?
Carolina Reaper jerky.
Is it really a jerky like that?
Yes, let me tell you my experiences, alright? Let me tell you my experience. When you put that jerky in your mouth, this just automatically is, for the first, I'll say about 20 to 30 seconds. The heat is unbearable for me. So I tried to put it in my mouth, and let me tell you, from my tongue all the way to my roof, down to my stomach, I felt heat. That was how bad it was. It was a mistake. I was thinking to myself, this was a mistake.
Yeah, well, that don't say much for your brain, does it?
No. Alright, Papa, your next question for the day about life in North Carolina. How was it like when you talked about how you were as a 12-year-old, now we're going to move on to when you were about 18 to 20 years old.
We'll talk about that when we start our new program.
Oh.
You got anything else you want to talk about? Let's talk about that.
Alright, your next question for the day is, Papa, what are your thoughts? After Donald Trump's speech, after his speech on Wednesday in Arizona, there are protests that happened after the speech, and I think only one got arrested.
See, that's the problem. We don't have no law no more. The law was dead in North Carolina and all throughout the states. Used to, if you go out and protest and break one of the lights and stuff like that, you know, the law don't try to do anything. If they would go in there with the law enforcement in full force, when somebody breaks a one light, grab him by his head and drag him out there and lock him up, and then we'll fight you and he'll try to hit the law, bust him upside his head with that billy club and draw blood, you wouldn't see him out there no more.
I got that.
I'm talking about go out there, they want to fight, go out there and beat the living hell out of them, and you won't catch them out there no more. That's what they deserve.
That's how it should be done too. I was editing a radio show.
But listen to this, they got a right to protest as long as it's peaceful. They can sit out there and chant anything they want to. When they start infringing on other people's rights and beating on other people, they're protesting a different thing. Everybody's got their right to their beliefs. But when you start doing that, somebody needs to clean it up. See, nobody ever gets arrested. Very seldom ever get arrested. I mean, you got 300 people out there and they arrest 3 people.
Yeah.
You tell me if they ain't a bunch of nippy cowards, I ain't never seen one. The governors, the police chief, stand down. Stand down. Let somebody stick your finger in your eye and see if you stand down.
You put both fingers in their eyes. Alright, about that, I was editing a radio show, and a man who was protesting, there's this woman who was supporting Trump. This man, I don't know who, Lord knows who he is, but that's the most cowardice act I've ever seen. He pours pepper spray in that woman's eyes because she supported Trump. And you're a man.
You know, the people that saw him do that all caught him and took that pepper spray and sprayed it in his eyes and pulled his pants down and sprayed it in his butt. And see what he want to spray somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, breaking window lights. That goes to show what's wrong with the world today. People like getting.
Yeah, people that, don't want to be accounted for nothing they do. I'm an old man now, and I ain't gonna be beat on or toed on. I'm gonna be prepared for any situation. I'm 73 years old, and I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna be beat on by nobody, because I'm gonna have something with me that'll take care of the problem.
So you can demonstrate you had something in that pocket.
Yes, sir.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice, and I ain't gonna be the one that says you come to a gunfight with a knife. I'm gonna be prepared to eat both ways, either way you want to go.
All right, your next question for the day is, Papa, what are your thoughts? Well, as I found out who that woman was that you were talking about on a long radio show where she said impeach Trump, he's not fit. I think you were talking about Maxine Waters, was that her?
Yeah, that's that crazy woman. She run. How she anybody that dumb get elected to serve in the Senate or the House? I mean, dumb as a rock, and people elect her.
I know. I mean,
that's just like that old senator used to be at that white still, that Charlie Rankin. He's up there like a vulture picking the bones of them people.
That's bad.
Everybody around our time.
Let me see. Let me check the time. It is. It's time. It's 23 minutes into this radio show.
I think that's enough.
Alright, everyone, that's it for the Papa Sam Radio Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video around the world. And Papa, you may close us out right here.
Everybody out there in radio land, this is my son Arthur. We do these shows because he is eat up with it. And if I can help him in any way, I will. But remember one thing today. Please pray for the people in Texas. More people more God helps. And I just got them on my mind. I just hope everybody will pray for them. And God bless all of y'all out there. And I just ask you to pray for the people in Texas. See you next time.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is a Papa Sam live show. Coming from you live in my room at 4:16 in the morning. I just lost all power in my room. I felt like two bombs went off in here. This is some bull. And here I am at 4:20 with Elizabeth's phone. I go to bed at night. See you early in the morning. We'll try to get this stuff fixed.